Hi everybody, I just want to let you know a little bit about myself. I definitely know about arthritis. I've been experiencing it for a little over 20 years. I had a massive injury. A little story about myself, I had 3 back surgeries and 3 knee surgeries. This is what's in my back. I still have 1 set in. They finally had to take 1 set out because it was giving me some problems. Titanium screws and plates. This is the titanium screws that came out of my right femur. I got a big chunk of cartilage in my knee, about that big around, is missing. So trust me, I get it. I know what pain is. I know as much as you guys do, probably more, and some of you may even know more than me. If you do, I feel sorry for you. Listen, how do we deal with these things? How does a doctor deal with it? Surgeries, and then what? Medications. What do medications do for us? Can medications solve arthritis? No, they can't. The medical industry to this day hasn't been able to solve arthritis. Now, here is just a kind of a snapshot here of what's going on with all the medications that I was on. I haven't taken any of these since June, about mid-June. So, you know, that's a pretty good mix. I'm going to show you a list of everything that I was on. I hope you guys can see this because I can't tell. But basically, this is what you take for pain and for muscle relaxing. This is what you take in the beginning. Now, I took this for almost 20 years. And what happens when you take it so long, it eats away at your stomach. Now, I woke up one morning and I started puking blood. And it went up that I had an ulcer, bleeding ulcer created from this stuff. Now, then I had to go to another doctor and he gave me this stuff. Funny, huh? Then, basically, I got that kind of under control, but then I couldn't sleep anymore. So then I started having problems with insomnia. So I went to the doctor and he gave me this stuff. Doctors are great, right? They got a pill for everything. And I'm not being hard on doctors, really. They do the best they can with what they have to work with. Now, I had those injuries, and so obviously I couldn't work physically. So what did I do? I went and got a desk job. Now, here's the last thing. It's funny, huh? And I want you guys to look at this. These are x-rays of my hands. This is this thumb. The cartilage is worn down. So I have massive problems here. I have problems with my wrist. I have a lot of problems in this area due to the tendons. Why? I overworked them all. Why? Check this out, a mouse. All of you guys that have worked at home or using computers, you know what I'm talking about. Now, you want to hear the funny thing is, I'm the kind of guy that just keeps on going. You know, like a lot of you people are. I got myself a special mouse, you know. Hey, this one don't work, well, these work, so let's just keep going. You know, I can probably get another 2 or 3 years out of that arm. Thing is, what do? So, you keep taking these. I don't know, there's an end to it all. Now, I forgot something. You gotta have the pink stuff, you know. How many times do you wake up in the middle of the night with that heartburn and it's running up in your throat and you can't take it anymore? You gotta have the pink stuff. So what's the solution, guys? It's definitely not this. It's not this. I got lucky. I got turned on to this. It's called Provalin. It worked for me. How did I take it? I'm gonna tell you right now. I took a tablet in the morning, 1 at midday, 1 at night. I took it for 5 days. 3 tabs, 5 days. I got 80% reduction in pain. 80%, guys. None of this. I'm not on this. I wasn't on it. With this product right here, I got an 80% reduction in my pain. It took me about 10 days longer, and I got off the other 10%. So I'm running about 95% pain-free. It's wonderful. This stuff is natural. It's not going to hurt you. You're not going to have a liver transplant, and you probably won't get that bleeding ulcer like I did. Now, we all know on anti-inflammatories they're going to get you. This won't get you. It's I think they said it was made out of some sort of fungus. You know, like penicillin? Well, hey, if a fungus works, it works. Trust me, it works. If it works for me, it's going to work for you. You owe it to yourself. Take my word for it. It works.
Hi, you probably remember me from other tapes. I'm Ben. I want to talk to you a little bit about leech therapy. I know it sounds kind of yucky and kind of scary and everything, but there might be a situation where the common leech can really make a big difference in your life. I know it is for mine. I used to do marathon inline skating until one time when I had some deep vein thrombosis. That's the bad clots, acute clots that ran from here all the way down to my ankle. The doctor said there's nothing you can do. Thrombolytics are too dangerous. All the other systems don't work that they have. So you really can't do anything. They're permanent. I'm active. I could not stand hearing that. Now, you may not be active like me, but if you are, you know, that's just an impossible edict for you to live with. So I ordered some leeches. My wife said, why don't you try leeches? The leeches came in and I had some great results. I found a 50% improvement after my first treatment with 10 leeches. Now I'm going to show you how to use leeches. By the way, leeches are not just for thrombosis or blood clots. They're for arthritis. I had 2 knee replacements over a year ago. The arthritis that resulted totally gone after my leech treatment. I have experience with those, so I can relate what I achieved. By the way, I am not a medical doctor. I am not offering medical advice. I am not qualified to give you medical advice. If I say words like you should, take that to mean I did. Now, let me get right to the nitty-gritty of how one uses leeches. First, you go to the internet, you find a website that you like, order leeches from them. You want to order the medicinal leech called Herudu medicinalis. Your leeches will come in, they'll probably be in a little thermos like this. You get the thermos and your leeches will be crawling around. Be careful when you open them. These leeches are real tiny, but they're eager to go after a meal, and they're kind of tricky to work with at first. But they're funny little guys. First thing I would do is put them in a glass bowl, fish bowl, and these leeches, you may or may not be able to see because of the light, are hungry and ready to eat. Okay, what do you need to do leech therapy? First thing, you want to make sure you've got some sort of cover that will protect your bed. Over that, put another protective cover. These are available usually at the grocery store for infants and so forth, as a plastic sheet. In a minute I'm going to lay down there and we'll put a leech on me. You're going to need some towels. Now, I'm set up here better than most operating rooms because I carry things they haven't even come and adjusted to yet. For example, I'm going to use paper towels instead of gauze bandages. You'll never find that in an operating room. And look, we have duct tape. How many operating rooms carry duct tape? None. But I want to save you hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Okay, you notice I've got a lot of Band-Aids of different kinds. Just rob your medicine cabinet, get all the Band-Aids together. I've got some NextCare. These are great. I'll show you how to use these later on. A pair of scissors. I would have some sharp instrument in case you need to pry a leech apart. You don't ever want to remove them by pulling on them. Leeches will actually, once they've had their dinner, they'll actually just kind of go to sleep and roll off, and they're happy campers, and you're a happy camper and everything, so it's no problem. But sometimes if something should come up and you need to get one off, don't try to pull on him or tug. You can damage the leech. I think the only other thing I want to recommend is you have some sort of little fish net to capture your leech from. I've already captured a leech, and I would have several different kinds of containers to put the fat leech. When they fall off, you need to put them in a container with a lid. Okay? Now, I use these little plastic containers to hold my leech. Here we go with the first leech. By the way, let me just tell you that leeches are really fun. Once you get over the yuck concept, you'll really get to like these guys. They're playful. You can sit and waste hours watching them. Okay, I've got my leech here. Notice he's in this little plastic container lid off of something. Now, I'm going to place him on my ankle because I think ankles are a good location. I don't need sunglasses. Ankles usually have a very accessible vein. Ankles are not going to be, the bite wounds won't be visible, and everything will just go real smoothly. I like to wear gloves. Now, remember, I haven't done this but a couple times, so don't be afraid. You know, when you get your leech, you're afraid to touch it and everything. That'll go away. Okay, here we go. I have a leech. Can you see the leech? He's crawling around. He's a happy camper. He wants to do some swimming around. Now, I've got, you can see varicose veins on this leg. I'm going to go ahead and put this funny guy, oh yeah, he wants to stand up. I'm going to put him right there. The plastic container keeps him in the general location so he doesn't run off and try to go elsewhere. He'll find a spot, and pretty soon he'll put his little suckers into the flesh, and it'll be just like a little pinprick. You'll read a lot of misinformation in the internet and on Google, because one person keeps copying the other mistakes of the next person. But I can tell you what I know is a fact. Everybody on the internet says, well, you won't feel a leech bite. Yeah, you will. But it's just a tiny little prick. Can be a little burning, but nothing to worry about. But you will feel it. A lot of misinformation says that they inject an anesthesia into your system, and that's just not true. But anyway, this guy is still searching around for a little place to feed on. And I'm just going to show you how easy it is to get this guy situated so he can have some dinner. Now what he's going to do is he's going to actually have a saliva excretion that will go into my venous blood. And that saliva carries a lot of wonderful enzymes that will get into my venous circulation, and very soon it'll be through my entire blood circulation. The idea is that it will hit appropriate places where it will mediate things